Hi, welcome back to the farm. My name's Roz, also known as Passion Flower, and you'll find me here each week talking about my farming and creative life. Well, I've created a very short recording week for myself this week. I normally record on a Friday and the video goes live on a Sunday. Today I'm recording on the Wednesday, but the video will still go live on the Sunday. So I've got a very compacted short week to talk about. I've got a few things. But the reason for that is that I am going to Bendigo for the Australian Sheep and Wool Show on the weekend. So I'm leaving Thursday night, going to stay with a friend, and then we were going to travel to Bendigo on the Friday. So hi, if I saw you there, and I will talk about Bendigo next week. I'm sure there will be lots of things to show and to share. But for now, let's get into what's happened this week. Something I forgot to share with you last week before even maybe, which is good because now I have something to talk about now, is that I actually went and got my eyes tested again, and I've now got new glasses. If you'd seen me at a market in the last month or so, you probably noticed that I had glasses on my head and I wasn't putting them down onto my face very often because I couldn't talk to you and look at my phone with my glasses on at the same time because it was just a blurred mess. So I was sticking my phone like way out here so that I could see, forgetting to put my glasses on. And by the end of the day, my eyes were extremely sore. So a little bit of nagging from the family and a little bit of me just being completely done with sore eyes and forgetting to wear my glasses when I should be wearing them. I went and got them tested again, and for like middle to long distance, my eyes are still really good. Long distance, really good. Middle distance needs a little bit of help, and close up is starting to be quite rubbish, to be honest. So for reading, I definitely need glasses. And now having these multifocal glasses, I'm now used to them, which is good. I've been able to drive with them, which I couldn't to begin with, or go upstairs. So now with these multifocal glasses, I can see much better across all the distances, and my eyes are not as sore or tired. Amazing, right? So I'll show you. I'm not going to wear them probably for recording videos most of the time unless I really need to read something, because of the reflection and everything off the screen and the light and all that kind of stuff. But when you see me out and about, I'll now be wearing glasses. So I've chosen these tealy green ones. And there they are. That's me with glasses on. Yeah, you see there's lots of reflection going on. I don't know that I can actually manage that because I've got windows over here. So I will not mostly be wearing them for recording. And I think what I'll do is I have another pair that I've been using for reading that are really quite comfortable as well. And I think I'll get those changed over to multifocals as well. It's another really lovely sunny winter's day today. We've been getting quite warm days, especially when there's no wind. The sun is really quite beautiful and the skies have been quite clear. But then we've also had rainy, weird, misty days. And then strangely at the end of the day, the sun will just pop out and the sunsets have just been quite spectacular against the clouds. So it's actually a really nice time of year here. The frogs are all making noise around all of the dams, and everything's quite green. There's a lot happening out in my garden. I might take a little video and show you what's going on out there with the garlic and the flowers. Business-wise, I've been very quiet this week. Pretty much the only thing I've done is to pack orders that have come through via my website. I've got quite a fair bit of stock up for sale at the moment. Some of that is because I am changing over some of my bases. So I am discounting what I have left of the current bases. The other reason is because I'm not vending at Bendigo, I thought it would be a good idea to have a sale while Bendigo is on, so that if people are just looking online because they're not going as well, there's an opportunity to get some savings. I did do quite a bit of tidying of tubs and making sure that all of my colorways are together, because I kind of, after the last market, just threw everything back in. So I had some in plastic bags and some in tubs and some still on the hooks. And so I have done that as well this week. So it's sort of nice to have everything back organized. I'd counted it before, but for some reason I didn't reorganize it back because I just counted the number of skeins I had and didn't actually worry about colorways. So now everything is looking nice and neat and tidy, and I'm looking forward to the second half of the year. I'm wearing my flax jumper today. I've spoken about it many times here before, and in terms of the progress and also when it was finished. So I will leave a link to my Ravelry page below so you can check out the details. But this is one that I really love, and this is really soft yarn that I bought at Bendigo many, many years ago, and it is now a lovely jumper that I get to enjoy. And that's part of the joy of going to big events and markets, that you get to buy particular yarns and combine them into projects, and then they become memories of the event. I'm looking forward to Bendigo. I don't have any buying plans specifically in mind. I've got a very good stash already, and I, being a hand dyer myself and going to lots of markets, I do see a lot of hand dyed yarn as I go around, and I know that I will have other opportunities to buy that yarn. And if I have a specific project in mind, I will definitely reach out to a hand dyer if there's something that I know that they do that I love that I don't do, so that I can get the yarn that I want for a project. I'm thinking what I might like to get is some natural yarn, similar to what I've made my Miranda out of, just like a natural chocolate brown or something like that, that's quite sheepy and not dyed, because it's different to what I do myself. I'm actually just really looking forward to seeing all of the people that I know, checking out all of their stalls, seeing how they're doing, looking at all of the new products and colors and everything that they have produced for the show. I will be dropping by Liz from Crystal Cat Stitchery. She has a very limited amount of my scrap packs and sock sets with her that she is selling. So you might have seen those if you've been on her stall. So I will be dropping by a lot of the friends that I know and love, and it'll be a really lovely day out with friends and seeing friends. And I will give you a full update next week on how that day went. So I've finished weaving in all of the ends on my True Stripes jumper. I sat down on the weekend after I recorded last week, and I just finished it. I just had to get it done because I really do want to wear it for Bendigo. It's nice and bright and new and fresh. So that will probably be what I wear on Friday to Bendigo if you saw me. It's all weird. I'm talking present and past tense, and it's very confusing. I also finished the Vika beanie out of the 52 Weeks of Easy Knits book, and it did only take me a week. I finished it on Sunday, and I started it the Sunday before. So that's really cool. It's really a lovely pattern, super easy. The decreases on the crown look really good in the 2x2 rib. And I like how I've combined the two colours together. Got a lot more sock progress done on both of the socks that I have on needles at the moment. So I've got my confetti party socks. So last week I was down here, so I've done quite a bit on those. And I have done a lot on my worsted weight bed socks. The heel is now in, and I'm just up to the leg. So I will be taking probably both of these projects with me to Bendigo, well, to Amy's house to go to Bendigo so we can sit and knit together. And these are two projects that I know that I'm not going to be able to screw up too badly because now they're just around and around. So these are the kind of projects that I like when I am sitting and crafting with friends. And I have made some great progress on the yoke of my comfy jumper, which is also out of the 52 Weeks of Easy Knits book. I am using my own yarn in the teal, not green colorway. This is a DK weight yarn, and I'm combining that with a mohair silk that I am trialing to go in the shop, and this is in the Wildflowers colorway. So last week I had just a little bit of the top of the yoke done. Now I am into the increases, and they are, you can see there, it's like a little V's appearing. So you're creating these extra ridges of the 1x1 rib. So it's going to look really cool. They're all going to sort of reach down from the top until you've finished doing all of the increases. I'm loving how the mohair and the teal, not green, are working together. It's creating this really light, subtle rainbow. I did have someone ask about what I had done at the top here. So this is a tubular cast on, and this whole jumper is in a worsted weight yarn. So I don't have, and I'm not using a worsted weight yarn. What I am using for the body is a DK and the mohair. So an 8-ply and a 1-2 ply. So that kind of equals a 10 to 12. You kind of add a couple of ply, to when you put yarn together, because it actually creates some air in between the two fibers. But with a lace weight, it doesn't add as much. So, and then what I did here on the edge, because my only option was a DK or a fingering weight yarn, so I have the same color in a fingering weight yarn, is I've held two fingering weights together, so a 4 and a 4, and that will equal roughly a 10-ish. So that's what I've done to create the solid color at the top, the 2 4-plies, and then I've changed over and I've got the 8-ply with the lace for the rest of the work. So the cuffs and the hems all have this solid color instead of the main color. I could have gone with a super contrasty bright color or something, but I just wanted a little subtle difference so that I could see the difference between it with the mohair and without, and I think that it just works quite nicely. I also have made a mistake with this already, and I was not going to pull it out because it is mohair, and it also done quite a bit of work, and I really didn't think that it was going to be too bad of a thing. And it's not a huge mistake, to be completely honest. So I think it was, you had to knit like 5 centimeters at the very top and then change to bigger needles. And I didn't change quite when I should have. I'd gotten to the 5 centimeters and I stopped for the night, and I didn't change over the tips at that point. So I thought, I'll just measure it again when I start up again, and then I'll double check and change. I'll remember to change, no problem. Did I remember to change? No, I did not. So instead of changing up here, oops, I'll move away from marker. Sort of at this point, I don't think I changed until I got down to like the start of the increases. I don't think it's going to make a huge amount of difference. I can block it out fairly aggressively at the top if I need to. And I think it's looking, in terms of the fabric, it looks fine. So I am just going to keep going, and I'm loving it. I think, only about 10 more rows left of the yoke. It's really easy to follow. Once you kind of know the pattern of how the yoke increases go, there's a few plain rounds of 1x1 rib, and then you just do your increase round, and then you do a couple more plain rounds. So yeah, it's coming up really nicely. And that will hopefully be my neck. It's hard to tell when I've got it really bunched up on the needles. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for spending some time with me. If you're enjoying these videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And look forward to seeing you next week on the farm. Bye.